this session, today we would be understanding what is deforestation, the problems, the factors affecting deforestation and how we can conserve our forests. So this would be the main aim of today's class. Now, deforestation as a topic is very important mainly in the field of environmental geography. Whenever you are asked questions related to current affairs or current happenings, and since this is a kind of theoretical topic, it's very important how you count your writing style in answering questions which are related to deforestation. Now let's start with understanding the concept of deforestation. As I said, deforestation generally is a very specific or very simple concept that most of you are familiar with. In a very simple terms, I can say cutting of trees would be considered as deforestation. So forest I can keep together, and D means reduction. So reduction of forest at any point of time would be considered as deforestation. Mainly due to cutting of trees. The most common reason for deforestation is cutting of trees. Now, why are forests being cleared? That's the main and important question we'll need to understand. Forests are cleared due to various reasons, for sake of agriculture, for sake of logging, or for requirement of wood, as we require region for agriculture. Forest can be cleared due to various reasons, as I mentioned. Now, various countries, for example Asia, the primary cause would be agriculture. If I take Americas, the primary cause would be wood, requirement for wood, as the houses are made of wood. Then you have paper and pulp requirement and requirement for mechanization. So for all these reasons, forest is cut in Americas. Let's move on to a next region, Europe. If I talk about Europe, again paper and pulp is primary reason. Besides that, shipbuilding is another major industry. Use of charcoal. So these are some of the primary reasons why forests are cut. Now, before we understand the causes of deforestation, the problems associated to deforestation, we must have a mental picture why we need to study deforestation. We need to study deforestation because of the burgeoning statistics that we have about the depletion of forest. If I count on, you have 7 nations of the world which contribute to around 60% reduction in the forest. These 7 nations include Brazil, United States of America, you have Indonesia, Congo. Now you have some countries which are developed and other countries which are developing. You have Russia, you have Canada. So you have 6 of these, and finally is China. So these 7 nations primarily contribute to the depletion of forest. Now when I say these 7 nations contribute to depletion of forest, and that too nearly 60% of the forest area, we must try to understand the reason behind it. Congo, a country from West Africa which has huge range of rainforest, these rainforests have been depleted in the recent years by 90%. So that's a significant depletion. Besides that, regions of Asia like China and South America specifically have depletion of rainforest. Now to curb the depletion of rainforest specifically, there have been various organizations that have come up, and in the United States you have the Arbor Day Foundation, which has been working to prevent and which is using the money that is donated by people for rejuvenation of these rainforests. So this is the primary reason. or the primary statistics we have, and we can say nearly 80% of the forest have been depleted over the recent years. Now if this continues, what would be the scenario? There would be huge loss in the forest area. Now UNFCCC, that is United Nations Framework for Convention of Climate Change, has laid down few of the major reasons for deforestation. First being agriculture. According to UNFCCC, subsistence agriculture and commercial agriculture is the primary cause of deforestation across the globe. The statistics shows that 46% of depletion is due to subsistence agriculture, 32% of the depletion is due to commercial agriculture. The second important reason is logging, which contributes to around 14% of the depletion of forest, and finally for requirement of fuel, it's around 5% of the forest that is being consumed. So these are some of the major areas because of which deforestation has been increasing day by day. Now if we see here, you have agriculture, you have cutting of trees, that's logging, and forest fires as some of the common reasons for deforestation. So we will quickly do a review of what are the common reasons, and then we will move on to the specific reasons that we will be discussing. So you have development of urban areas, so forest gets depleted. You have industrial areas coming up, so that's again removal of forest areas. Then you have forest fires, as I mentioned previously, is another reason for depletion of forest. You have overgrazing, that's a primary reason because of which a lot of area is now not under forest region. So overgrazing is another major reason. Now let's move on to the causes in a very concise form. So concisely I can say there are two major reasons for deforestation. It can be direct reason, which is directly influencing deforestation, or it can be an indirect reason. Direct reason, as I mentioned, cutting of forest, lumbering activities, forest fires, you have overgrazing as we have recently seen, transformation of forest land into pastures. So if I am using forest areas for pastures, for agriculture, for zoom cultivation or shifting cultivation, for agriculture, these are some of the direct reasons for deforestation. Establishment of multi-purpose river valley projects, use for fuel, industrial purposes, and illegal cutting of forest are some of the direct reasons. Now, how do we indirectly affect deforestation? Indirectly, there can be corporate ambitions. I want to build up a new corporate center in the region of a forest. So it's isolated from the main city. So it's a kind of corporate ambition. You have military objectives, poverty, unequal distribution of land, human population, and increasing demand of resources. Then you have better technologies. So you can cut the forest at a go. Rather than manually cutting the forest, there have been technological advancements which have increased the deforestation at a fast pace. And then you have various social and religious factors because of which you are indirectly affecting deforestation. So we have understood what is the basic statistics, why we need to understand that deforestation is a cause of concern these days. We have understood the basic cause behind deforestation. Now let's work out the problems associated with deforestation. When I say problems associated with deforestation, some of those would be very direct and obvious. For example, what all plants provide us or trees provide us, they won't be able to provide if they are cut. So all those would become the problems associated with deforestation, for example, increase in the concentration of carbon dioxide. Since the forests are cut, they act as soil binders, so soil will get eroded, so increase in soil erosion. Once the soil erosion takes place, it would flow. So what would happen is there would be increase in the sediment load. This sediment load would go into the rivers, so that would increase the probability of floods. On the other areas, regions which are dry, which already have less forest, if the forests are cut from those areas, this would lead to deforestation. This deforestation would result in desertification. Again, some of the families which are directly dependent on forest, what would happen to them would be, they would be displaced. So displacement of local people would be another cause of concern for deforestation. Soil regeneration would decrease. Soil will not be able to regenerate. So these are some of the primary causes which affect the daily routine or the daily life of a people when the forests are cut. Now we have gone across the various problems that are associated to deforestation. To curb these problems, what is important is we kind of follow some conservation strategies. So what can be the best conservation methods? I can have fast growing trees. So I have an existing forest. I have fast growing species of trees like eucalyptus or so, which can come very fast. So what would happen is the region would thrive very fast. On an average, the statistic shows afforestation, one tree usually take around 50 years to grow. If that is the average span of trees to grow and we are cutting the forest at this rate, what would be the scenario of trees that would come up in the region? So therefore, we require a species of trees which are fast growing. The next thing is planting trees, which has been a common practice. Now a unique example of this is China. China released a law where it said every adult between the age of 11 to 60 years would have to plant at least 3 to 5 trees per family per person. So what happened was, by 1982, the statistics revealed that 1 billion trees were planted in China. Also, 12th March is observed as a holiday in China, considering this to be a planting holiday, promoting people to plant more and more trees. So planting trees is indeed an important element of conservation. Next is movements like Chipko Andolan. Chipko Andolan was a movement that was led by Bishnoi community of Rajasthan in India. The main aim behind Chipko Andolan was to prevent cutting of forest. So Chipko Andolan stands for hugging of trees, and this was an initiative caused by the local villagers to prevent the forest of their region. There were similar movements in other parts of the world. We would be discussing those movements a few minutes back. The next is control of pollution. That's another important phenomena that we must try to understand. So if I try to summarize what are important elements of forest conservation, I can broadly say the elements include government policies. Government policies can be National Forest Plan. You have forest reserve areas, management of forest as some of the major issues. Besides that, there can be improved methodology in terms of agriculture, mining, lumbering. So increasing the efficiency of agriculture, mining efficiency and lumbering, promoting technological advancements in these sectors, would prevent cutting of the forest. So these are some of the methods that are commonly applied for forest conservation. Besides this, some important include recycling and reuse of products. So if I am reusing paper, what is happening is the requirement for paper directly from trees would decrease. As a result, deforestation would decrease. Then besides that, you have participation of local people. So people's participation. A classic example what we have recently talked about is Chipko Andolan. So it's a classic example of people's participation and preservation of forest areas. Then you have pollution control as another important element of forest conservation. Development of natural history museums or natural walkways to promote forest conservation among people is some of the basic methods that we try to understand. Then you have redistribution of land, regeneration of land are other some of the important parameters for forest conservation. If I talk across in a global view, what are the efforts that have been taking place and what are the efforts that you can put into conserve forest? Let's start with a very global perspective. So when I talk about global perspective, the most important is the Global Action Plan that has been recently released. This Global Action Plan talks about conservation of plants and conservation of forest area. The next is Worldwide Tropical Forestry Plan. This plan mainly focuses on tropical forest. The next that we have already discussed in the starting is the efforts by Arbor Day Foundation, started in United States. Main aim is to collect the money that is being donated and to use it for the purpose of renovation or rejuvenation of rainforests. Next is movements like Chipko Andolan, ideas led by Bishnois. So conservation of forest. Next you have Greenpeace as another important institution which has been working for afforestation and planting of trees. Other similar institutions include Cool Earth. You have institutions which have been working for community forestry plans. So community forest development. Community Forest International is another institution that has been working for promotion and development of forest conservation. And finally you have regional conservation elements like African Forest Conservation Community and so on. So these are some of the elements that have been taken into consideration for forest conservation. As I mentioned, this topic, although it seems very easy, but the important thing in this topic is to focus on the writing styles, how you can answer your question, how you can systematically divide the problems, the causes and the ideas for conservation. So with this we cover the fundamental class on deforestation. We would be covering further classes related to environmental geography and biogeography in subsequent lectures. You can subscribe to Exam Race channel for any further updates. Have a good day ahead.